Hello, Luke. Well, the biggest recent news is, of course, Hurricane Sandy, Star Wars Episode VII, and Darcy appearing on the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I can't talk to you about Hurricane Sandy because I'm not there. You can just watch the Lizzie Bennet Diaries to see Darcy. But everybody has thoughts on Star Wars Episode VII, so I'll share some of those. I already have shared plenty with each other, but there's always thoughts to be had, so I'm going to tell you some things that should happen, some things that should never happen, ever, and some things that will definitely happen. So I'll start off with a few things that should happen. Number 1, Ewan McGregor as Ghost Obi-Wan. I think that would be awesome. I mean, he's still going to be hanging around, right? Right? I just think it would be cool. I'd kind of just like to see how it would look, seeing him as old Obi-Wan, how it would compare. I think he could do it, and I think it should happen. That's just me, though. Here's another thing that definitely should happen. Someone's gotta lose a hand. It's gotta happen. As you know, there have been 13 severed hands in Star Wars, and the only one with none was the Phantom Menace. Coincidence? I think not. Therefore, if they want this movie to be any good, someone's gotta lose a hand. I'm personally in support of Chewie finally tearing the arm off someone, so we can finally see that Wookiee power in action, although he might not do it not wanting to lose a hand himself. That tends to happen. But still, someone's gotta do it. And another thing that should happen is Joss Whedon should direct. Pretty please? I mean, come on. That would be so awesome. I would actually have hope. There might be a few other people that could pull it off. I'm not exactly a director expert, but seriously. Seriously. If anyone can do it. Now, for some things that should definitely not happen. Speaking of ghosts, this should definitely not happen. Hayden Christensen as Ghost Anakin. It was bad enough when they put him in at the end of the DVDs. It was horrid. I mean, seriously? I'd had enough of him in the prequels. Why? 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 So if those people value their lives, they will not have Hayden Christensen show up as Ghost Anakin. And I feel like Ghost Anakin still should be there because it's not like, oh hey, even though I can show up and commune with my kids as a ghost, I'm not. He'll be there, I'm sure, but he'd better not be Hayden. Other things that should not happen is that our lovely heroes meet up with longtime Rebel supporter Jar Jar Binks. Because seriously, I could just see them doing it, and no. I guarantee you someone would be murdered. I'm not making any threats. I save my death threats for Lord of the Rings related things, but someone would be murdered by someone. And it'd be their own fault. They would know it was coming. And this is the last thing that should not happen. Well, okay, there's lots of things that should not happen, but I'm trying to stick to the basics here. This should not happen. It has in the expanded universe or what have you, I'm pretty sure. But the Emperor should not come back. That just undoes everything. No. I don't care if you need a big bad villain. No. 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 We cannot undo all the good that was the trilogy. Leave it untouched and beautiful forever. Please. We are begging you. But, whether it's good or bad, here's some things that definitely will happen. No matter who is cast as the main familiar characters from the original trilogy that we know and love, some people will hate them, and some people will love them, and both sides will be very vocal about this. Whether they're good, whether they're bad. I mean, even before we've seen them do anything, there will be. It's like probably the whole entire base will be split on whether they like these people or not as soon as we know who they are. The same goes for who's directing it. The same probably goes for anyone involved. I do not envy them. This is going to be really hard to live up to. Another thing that will quite likely happen is more relationship drama between Han and Leia, even though they're pretty well established at the end, because we've just got to have the romance and the drama. Of course, it will all be worked out in the end, but you know, love. Either that or Luke will find himself a girl. Or both. Probably both. And these things are almost guaranteed to happen. Someone will say, I have a bad feeling about this. Besides the fans. Someone will say, no, under some circumstance. Well, maybe not. That's not quite as definite as some of these, but they do that frequently enough. And it will begin with a ship in flight. Seriously, that's pretty basic. They can't mess that up. And another thing that will definitely happen is, no matter how horrible it looks, no matter what the critics say, no matter what the trailers look like, no matter who's been cast or who's directing, I will be there in theaters watching it, quite likely at midnight. What can I say? I mean, we can always hope. Alright. That's about it, but I still have one more thing to add. Something that will not happen ever, but definitely should be the best thing ever. If Ghost Mace Windu came and told Leia that she was strong in the purple side of the Force. Okay, I know that's never gonna happen, that's pretty much like you and me, only people who get that. But seriously, how on earth would we ever predict that? It would be the best thing ever. Ever. Okay, it'd be kind of weird, honestly. I'd probably be like, what? And other people would be like, this is worse than Metachlorians. But seriously. Seriously. A girl can dream. And that's all we can do when it comes to Star Wars Episode 7. Actually, we probably shouldn't. We should probably have really low expectations. Just so that they cannot possibly be dashed down. If we expect it to be horrible, and it's not entirely horrible, it's a win.